if you're listening to this right now and you're from New Jersey, you're a terrible driver, okay?
And your mom's a bitch.
Your mom on the road sucks at driving. You are! There it is. Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah!
Good morning!
And welcome to episode 1106 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, December 19th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Mark has got the cup of coffee, but Mark, your outfit you're wearing, so what's going on? You got your face painted white, you're wearing a corn shirt. You have what are those fingerless gloves that you have on?
Why do you have to comment on my appearance? This is just,
well, it's out of the ordinary, I would say.
Is it? Okay.
What do you think, guys? West?
Yeah, it's pretty strange. Yeah.
Well, maybe
it's a drastic change.
I don't know if you have to bury the lead, but it's National Emo Day today, so I guess I'll just fun fact before.
Is that why you're wearing a corn shirt?
It's kind of just how I dress on National Emo Day, guys. My favorite day of the year. So,
right,
I don't care. I don't care. If you guys care about it, that's fine.
I think it's New Metal Day.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
all right. Well, sorry
to decide what to do.
Sorry for ruining
National
that for you.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and the coffee, I have things that people will care about. I don't care about them, but some people might. So,
all right. One day, maybe you will, Mark. Who knows? And then Pat, you're on deck. What you got for us, Pat?
Oh, man, you won't believe the story I'm going to be telling you, which is it's a near-death experience. And if you've ever had a driver come up behind you and be honking his horn or her horn real loud, and you're like, geez, chill out, you might want to listen up.
I hate when that happens.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I hate it with my whole heart. And that's why I covered this story, because this lady is a dumb see you next Tuesday. And she almost killed this couple out of California.
Wow.
Wait till you hear how.
Aggressive drivers. They are intense. They can be. Sometimes, I have to admit, though, I sometimes will get into road rage.
Get off that horn, bro.
Other drivers.
Get off that horn.
Oh, no, I don't
Get
honk.
off that horn.
I flip off through the.
That's okay.
I roll down the window and put the full bird out the window.
It's fine to communicate with sign language, bro.
I just turn
get
my
off that
music.
horn.
I just turn my music up.
Yeah. So I do have to admit to that. All right. In the hole, I've got, well, we're going to mostly talk about the Twitter files, but it's like a little mashup of old segments, old fun segments. You'll see. And then Wes, he's closing us out today. What do you got, Wes?
Yeah, don't get to say this too often, but I got some great news for drug addicts and their families.
Would you look at that? That's great.
I'm listening.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Mark, you'll be very interested.
I'm listening. Yeah.
That got emo day going.
Okay. Well, should we get to it? I'm kind of excited about that story. Should we get to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay, so I mean, the fun fact was it's National Emo Day, but bonus dog fun fact from Hive member bathtub_Jim on Instagram. Did you know there's a statue in Paris of Victor Noir at his gravesite in Père Lachaise Cemetery that is widely rumored to give fertility and a good sex life to women who sit on his crotch and kiss his lips?
That's awesome. For that,
I didn't follow one bit of that.
So in perpetuity, he now gets mounted by live ladies on his statue.
That's right. Victor was a journalist who was shot dead in the late 1800s, but for whatever reason they made a bronze statue of him like laying down horizontally at his grave, and women just come on his bronze dick to the point they had to put a fence around the grave to keep horny women away, but they got so mad they just like tore the fence down, and now they can go back.
Ooh, they shine that oxidation copper colored.
The snail trail took it right out of there. Yep.
Yeah.
Do men like you know, like paint themselves in bronze and then put up like signs like Victor Noir grave this way.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
He's
sure
laying
it's
down in
worth
the
a
grave
shot.
next to it.
I'm sure it's worth a shot. The bronze guy in Vegas. The bronze guy in Vegas has the chops to get it done.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, you've gone too far.
yeah. Turn around. Take a look at this thing though. His crotch and lips are discolored from overuse, and the statue gets more action than Pete Davidson. Look at this thing.
That's a Photoshop file, though, right? That photo's Photoshop.
No,
it
it's
looks
not.
like. Not that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Women go there and
No,
pleasure
man.
themselves on it.
No,
That's the
no.
Look at the. I think that's a Photoshop, man.
I don't know, man.
I buy it, but
I
whether
mean-
or not we have that hot of a lady,
It's
that
like
hot of a
Barney
grieving
Stone.
lady,
This is France, Mark?
I don't buy it. I buy it.
She's trying to have a good sex life, man.
Is it France? It's French.
Paris, yeah.
I buy it. French people are
All
horny.
grieving ladies are hot, Pat. And you know,
I was in love once.
It's the language of love. Yes.
Yeah, didn't go well. All right, let's talk about some honorable mentions. A 2-year-old boy was swallowed by a hippopotamus in Uganda last week, and he somehow survived. We forgot to talk about that one. He'll probably regret that later in life, though, getting out of the hippopotamus mouth. But hey, guess it's good for now. So the kid was walking around, not paying attention, like a 2-year-old outside his home, you know, and in the Kasisi district, when a hippo said, "Sweet, I'm going to eat this fucking 2-year-old," and he just swallowed him. But there was like an adult male there who ran over and started throwing stones at the hippo, and he like hit the hippo with the head enough with large stones that the hippo spit the boy out. And that man's name is Crispos Baganza, which is a pretty fun name to say.
Crispos Baganza.
Yeah, Baganza.
It's also the new Chuck Norris of Africa, basically.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
he bested a
What a
hippo.
hero.
Yeah. The boy, whose name is Paul Iga, got some good names over there in Uganda, was taken to the hospital for treatment. Police said he was vaccinated for rabies as a precaution, and then he was released back to his shitty parents, who were scolded for letting their kid get swallowed by a hippo. And they said, "Be more like Crispos Baganza."
So Crispos isn't one of the parents. He
was just a guy that saved this shitty parent's kid's life.
Knew how to do the hippo Heimlich.
Yeah, exactly.
Baganza is a good name for like an orgy where everyone just wears a bag over their head. You want to have a
Baganza?
Baganza.
What are you doing this weekend? Going to a Baganza? Yeah.
It does. It's so close to bukkake.
Yeah, it sounds sexual.
Not at all.
Sounds like a
It's like a
party.
mixture of
Yeah.
bonanza
Sounds like
and bukkake.
Yeah.
Sounds like a party that you could explain anything really, and people would believe you because they don't understand what a Baganza is. Yeah,
What about a bukkake bonanza?
That's what I'm
Baganza.
saying. Baganza is almost like
that's a
the
messy
middle
event.
ground.
That's what a Baganza is, Pat.
yeah, that's a Baganza.
It's a bukkake on horses.
If you have to ask.
Yeah,
It's bukkake with horses.
I better get some rest to have a Baganza tomorrow. In other wild animal news, an enormous aquarium burst in a luxury complex in Berlin this Friday, spilling 1 million liters of water and 1,500 tropical fish who 100 lucky first responders got to see gasp for their last breaths.
They all died.
Oh, yeah.
What a dream for you that would have been, Mark.
Yeah. Look at this. Wow. Is that 1,500 gasping for air fish out of water? It
How
is.
colorful they are.
It is.
court.
Yeah.
There's an American company that made the polymers, the glass, right? They're going over there.
I'm going to go ahead and say something that may be controversial. Fish tanks shouldn't be that large.
It's the largest fish tank in the world, Will. It was the largest fish tank in the world. 14 meters in height. That's what, 14 times 3 is what, 42 feet high.
Yeah, 3 stories high.
Yeah.
Dude, if
Seems
you go
like
to that
that's
fucking
an aquarium, not a fish tank, right?
Right.
So that should have different rules for
It's an
safety.
aquarium, yeah.
Right.
the company that made it, if you go to their website, they still are like championing it.
Yeah, they're like,
there's like a whole
some of our customers are luxury condos Berlin. Yeah.
dedicated to it.
Yeah.
But imagine the call. Imagine the phone call that the people who designed it got at midnight on Thursday night.
Can you send someone over your tank?
Hello, it happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
A million liters.
Who's being held liable? Is it the tank company or is it the
tank company is saying that the tank company is saying it's material fatigue. So
Yeah,
the
so the
20
builders-
years.
Somebody exactly.
They're saying
So
it's
somebody
water
had to sign
erosion.
off on this, right? So somebody had to sign off on this. So the tank builders are probably in the clear. Honestly, it's probably whoever approved the tank once it was installed.
Remember when we asked if it was too big? Well, it was.
People,
20 years is a good run for a tank
in the area.
that big, though.
No, it is a good run. People in the area described it as feeling like an earthquake when it happened. 2 people were injured from glass shards that flew at them, and they said
that's really not that bad. I mean,
they said luckily it happened in like the least busy time of the day, because if people had been walking around the square like down here, they said that like thousands of people could have gotten injured. But it happened like in an off hour.
It's 6 a.m. You know, they haven't released the videotape, and you know that they have security camera footage of it.
It's too terrifying.
Not a lot of people want to see 1,500 dead fish like me.
It's too terrifying. People wouldn't like. It would give people a phobia of indoor aquariums.
Oh,
they would. They if they saw how massive the amount of water.
Circular 82 foot tall aquariums. Yeah,
ruin every Chinese, every like sushi restaurant and dentist office. And, 350 residents had to move their belongings in the square for fear of structural damage because it was so much water, which is bad, but it's not as bad as emotional damage, structural damage. Here's one of the dead fish. Just wanted to show you. There are 80 types of fish, including clownfish, so you can find Nemo in a trash bag in Berlin. PETA stuck their nose where it didn't belong again, making it all about them again, saying things like the aquarium became a death trap for the fish housed in it, and this man-made tragedy shows that aquariums are not a safe place for fish and other marine life. And I'd say, then what the fuck is supposed to go in an aquarium, PETA? Just water and rocks? Who would pay to see that?
Yeah. Don't want to give anyone the opportunity to appreciate anything, PETA.
Right. It's an aquarium accident, PETA. Get over it.
What if you just had a giant lobster tank and then you could just
crash? We never fly again, PETA.
That'd be cool.
Okay, I'm with them on the crustacean tank. I could have a crab and lobster tank if I could eat out of it.
What do you
as a decoration? I
have to go spend $15,000 to go to Fiji to see a tropical fish? No,
that's right.
It's aquariums for.
Right.
What are they talking about? A brawl.
They are beautiful.
A brawl broke out on a luxury cruise ship after a woman fell overboard into her death 18 miles off the coast of Florida this weekend. This all happened on an MSC cruise ship, the Meraviglia, and the MSC is an Italian global cruise line that's based out of Geneva, Switzerland. And the 36-year-old woman, she fell overboard at 5 a.m. and the ship's like someone went overboard detection alarm went off right away. They're like, that's like the oh fuck alarm, like my aquarium broke, you know, and so they started searching right away, but she died. The Coast Guard found her body a few hours later, and the brawl broke out amongst passengers when the boat got back to Port Canaveral, because like right away they're like, we got to go to dock and figure this out, and nobody was let off for like several hours because they were like trying to investigate and do safety protocols. So people just tried to punch their way off the boat, basically.
Cruise ships, man. Yeah. Like COVID was a bad period for cruise ships because everybody was catching COVID on the cruise ships. But people forget there was the shit flowing down walls before COVID. Now, after the pandemic is over, there's literal fistfights just to get off a boat. Like multiple people have jumped overboard this summer. That was nuts.
Let me off the boat. People were dying on it, and then they're like, no, and then you have to fight your way off the boat.
I want you to get me into a scenario where the cheapest possible vacation is taking place with a bunch of people that wanted to have the cheapest possible vacation, and I want us to be locked together with no escape for 10 days
and cut our vacation short and see what happens.
Doesn't sound very appealing.
Although I do want to go on DJ Asa's cruise ship. That's the one cruise ship I would go on.
It's great for college kids too. Like if you're just trying to let off some steam.
If you're just trying to party.
Yeah, if it's a party trip, that's a different story, bro.
Right. I mean, adults that go on cruise ships just to like go places are kind of silly, but people
just to relax.
People that go on there with the sole purpose of trying to have sex with strangers, it's not a bad move.
Do you think that we could I don't know much about the cruise industry, but do you think that if I know like, you know, lots of bands have their own cruises, right? Like Kid Rock had his own cruise, right? Do you think and then there are also like singles cruises. If Hive
Island is mobile, is what
it's not that. It's not that. Well, what I'm saying is, let's say we organized a cruise called the Bad Girls Cruise.
Bad Girls Club. Yeah.
Right. And we marketed it to like Florida, New Jersey.
That's what all cruises do.
Yep.
No, but it's called the Bad Girls Cruise.
Okay.
And you always leave out of Key West every time.
You see what I'm saying?
So
And
Carnival.
like,
Yeah, so Carnival.
no. But you try
Actually,
to get
Miami,
all
that's cheaper
all
to get
the
to.
bad girls
Oh.
onto one cruise ship at one time.
So the party package at Carnival.
Right.
So-
or any of
I mean,
Off season at
or
Carnival.
any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
marketing is key, man.
What if we market it to people that have freshly broken hearts? A bunch of people that just got broken up with. That's
Okay,
going to be a lot of
but,
sex.
Like, do you think
Get
that some
laid
guy just
cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
made a reality show called the Bad Girls Club TV show, and people just showed up? No, they found bad girls to go on that show.
So are you saying that this is a TV show you want to do? The Bad Girls Club?
I'm saying that if you market it as the Bad Girls Club Cruise, you're going to get a bunch of bad girls on that cruise.
yeah, you
So
are.
the Jersey boat is what you're saying.
I think you're going to get a bunch of dudes on that boat, Pat.
You probably would, actually. You're right, Mark. If you marketed it as the Bad Girls Cruise Line, it would be only dudes that bought tickets.
Yeah.
You got to market it as
Yeah.
the Thunder Down Under Cruise Line, where
Right.
it's a bunch of male strippers. That's how
You got to
get
make it
a bunch of
appealing to
chicks.
the women. They're not all
Right.
going to show up because you're like, I have a cruise that guys are going to fawn over you on.
Now fight.
Yeah.
Bad girls.
Bad girls.
You're overestimating bad girls.
See what she said
mean,
about you?
I'm
You think that would
give
get
it a
him
shot.
Get some Boston bad girls on there too.
This
Oh,
might be
yeah.
shout out Spotify listeners. You can we put a poll up on every episode. This could be the poll.
Yeah.
Which one would get more chicks?
You know what? One of the dirtiest things they did when I was on that reality show is everyone was getting along pretty well. So in order to get us to fight, they made us play a game where we had to imitate each other, like do an impression of each other.
That'll-
So dirty. And that made some enemies.
Yep.
What do you hate about this?
That's dirty as fuck.
It was so dirty, man.
We're gonna put that on the Bad Girls Cruise.
Yeah, well,
100%.
Ooh, that would cause
You got to
fucking-
imitate a bad girl. You got to be
That would
badder.
cause a brawl. Yeah.
So many bad girls are gonna get lost permanently when they like try to smuggle drugs back on the cruise ship at certain ports of call.
A lot of cavity searches. Avatar 2 came out this weekend and made well over 100 million domestically. I think like 135 or something, and almost $500 million globally opening weekend. But I mean, who cares? Who cares? The movie is 3 hours and 12 minutes long. I'm not even awake that many hours in a day. That's too long. Let me guess. The humans want their land and they fight them off successfully. The aliens do. The Avatar people do. After suffering some major setbacks and probably like the loss of a revered tribal leader and/or a specific tree or animal that means a lot to them. Whatever. Who
Yep.
cares? Like
Yeah. People
plot.
are saying
the
it's
plot to
like-
Avatar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yep. This
Also
time it's in the
Dances with
water.
Wolves.
Yeah.
This time it's in the water.
This time it's got water.
People are saying it's life-changingly beautiful.
Okay.
Like the CGI is so incredible that you will just be shocked at how good it is.
You got to see the water in this movie, bro.
Have you seen it, Pat? Have you seen it yet?
No, bro, but I'm hearing things about the water. You got to
Yeah, I've
check
heard
it out.
Everybody who's seen it
Heard a
is
lot of
saying
things about the water.
It's fucking
The
awesome.
water's incredible. The water lives up
The
to the
water
hype.
alone.
The water. I will say,
It's
Wes
just
and I-
about an hour too long, I hear.
Wes and I are going to go see it in EVX. You know, no big deal. It's the seats that have the surround sound in them.
Oh, that's awesome. No
Yeah.
big deal.
We're gonna lose
Are you going to see
hearing.
it in 3D IMAX?
No, EVX. It's kind of like a who cares screen. It's like bended, and then like you sit in a chair that like has like it's like a gamer chair that has like 17 speakers in your
It's
Mark being
expensive.
super excited while
your
trying
butt.
to pretend he's not
Yeah.
excited is awesome.
like vibrates your butt. Who cares?
While we eat nachos and ruin the whole experience for
yeah, it's
other
like,
people around
it's
us.
like my gamer chair at home, but in a bigger screen. I will say this. James Cameron, the director, had the right attitude this weekend when he flicked people off that were looking for autographs. That was pretty
yeah.
cool of him. That was very
That's
cool.
the exact move I do. So I gotta say sorry.
Yeah, you
to
like that,
everybody.
Will. Very cool of Cameron. He doesn't give a shit, and the people still love him. It kind of reminds me of when a personal hero of mine and one of the greatest musicians of all time, Robert Smith, the lead singer for The Cure, had to deal with some moron trying to interview him at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a couple years ago. Take a look.
Terrible.
Hey, how are you? I'm Carrie. It's so nice to meet you. Hi. Congratulations, The Cure Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees 2019. Are you as excited as I am?
By the sounds of it, no.
Oh,
Got her.
What a dickhead.
No.
What a piece of shit.
Robert,
He showed up. She's doing her job, and he's just being a piece of shit.
I'd say he's doing his job too. He got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
That was his job too. His fans
Don't
loved
show up if you're going to be a fucking chode.
Oh, they loved it.
Okay.
They were
All right, Pat. Well,
do you remember when he fucking did that? It was epic, bro.
Boys don't cry.
Oh, that was a sarcastic song. He knows boys cry, which we'll get to.
Oh, he cries so much.
The cream of the crop!
Boys do cry. And today's top story is everyone was making a big deal about the World Cup final. It's Messi versus Mbappe. Oh, Messi and Mbappe had scored 5 goals. It was back and forth. It looked like France was dead, and then they came back, and then Argentina took the lead, and then in the last second, France came back and tied it, and there was penalty kicks and goals, and finally Messi won a World Cup. Cool, whatever. Did you guys watch it?
Oh no,
Yeah, it was
no,
incredible.
didn't. Yeah, of course we watched it, Marco. It was the World Cup final. I mean, people get excited
watch
about
it.
this kind of stuff.
Pat, you didn't watch it?
No.
It was literally the best World Cup final probably
Who's the
ever.
best, I heard.
It was one of the best sporting events I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That's what people are saying. I don't
Absolutely.
really care, but yeah.
Some are saying it's the best.
For real,
watch
it's
it,
the
Pat?
Avatar 2 of World Cup finals.
A lot of people are saying.
Some are saying you got to check out the water in this game.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
They are.
My favorite part of the game was at the end when all the France players needed consoling.
Yeah, that was by President Emmanuel Macron.
Like Macron was out here like hugging Mbappe, like he gave a shit, and like Mbappe's like, "Get off me."
The image.
What the fuck is Macron doing on the
He's such
field
an
at that point?
Yeah, right
No,
off
Pat-
after Mbappe's heart was ripped out, he just came.
Pat,
over
you
and-
know
Get off the field, bro.
You didn't watch the game. Macron is in a box by himself the whole game. They keep going to him, and he's like, yes, yes, like cheering by himself. There's nobody around him except for like his fucking security team. He's just like, he looked like such a little dweeb all game. And then he goes down and he wants to hug Mbappe. Mbappe had a hat trick in the World Cup final. And Macron acting like hugging him is going to do anything. This is one of the, arguably the best.
It's the only thing that could have consoled him is Macron. Is what
it
he
was
thought.
unbelievable. And Mbappe, the picture looks like Mbappe's giving him the time of day. He was not.
Oh,
He
in the
wanted
video, he
Macron
wasn't.
off. Yeah.
No,
It
he
was
hugged like a
unbelievable.
goalie. He hugged like a goalie and the players, and then he was like, "Leave me alone, Macron."
Yeah, Macron is such a loser. That was incredible.
He really
Like,
inserted
that
himself
video.
where he didn't need to. There,
They needed a hug from like a grandma, like Macron's wife or something, you know?
Macron should have helped his wife get to the field.
Burned him down, Wes.
Oh yeah, she's old.
Old ass wife. His wife is old as shit.
Compared to Mbappe, she's like 6 generations old.
Oh, she could be his great grandmother.
Yeah. Also, this was by far my favorite player on Argentina. Messi gets all the credit, but Di Maria was like killing it on the sidelines. He had a bunch of good cries, which I can relate to. He was like crying left and right on the sideline.
Well, he probably was. Imagine the emotion, the roller coaster of emotions for him. He plays like the best game of his life, and he's old as fuck. So he's probably not going to play too many more for Argentina. And then gets the goal right before getting subbed off. Then they fucking get tied up on. And so he's like, in his mind, he's like, oh my God, the best day of my life is ruined. And then it comes back and he gets to watch it become the best day again.
This was literally after Messi scored in overtime to make it 3-2. And the announcers showed all the Argentine fans, and they were like, he did it for millions of people, and they want him to do it more than they want to win. And his teammates love him. And they showed all of his teammates crying for him. Like it was just like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Yeah. And then France scored, and I was like, oh yes, ruin it for Messi, but it didn't happen. I mean, Argentina won, but who cares? That's their 3rd World Cup win. Who cares? Kylian Mbappe got the golden boot for most goals. Who cares? Lionel Messi got the golden ball for best player. Oh wow, who cares? And Argentina's goalie, Emiliano Martinez, got the golden glove for best goalie, and I would say who cares, except for he had a hilariously inappropriate celebration.
Yeah.
Do I have his picture? It should be labeled under goalie if anyone sees it. I'll try to add it in. So they gave him here it is. They gave him the trophy, which was like a golden glove, like a goalie.
It's the golden glove, yeah.
Yeah, and he just did a jerk off motion with it in front of
he made it his dick.
He made it like his dick, right? Or like a vagina he was fucking. It was either his dick or like a vagina he was fucking.
Awesome.
Either way, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. For Argentina, such a better showing than France. I mean, Mbappe was incredible, but France overall.
Outside of Mbappe, that was a one-sided game.
Exactly. The goalie, oh my God, Lloris. Hugo, is that his name? Hugo Lloris?
Lloris.
He is the worst penalty kick goalie of all time. How do you not? Okay, like, we all know, like, that
he's like land in Avatar. He's the opposite of the water.
Yeah. He is.
Every soccer team
he's like
has
the human guy that's like, I'm going to turn this water into a land thing.
Who's better at PKs than they are at playing in the regular game. How the French coach did not sub in a PK goalie for the goalie he knows fucking sucks at PKs is insane. I don't understand that.
You're right. Well, because the problem was like the announcers were cluing people in on it. They were trying to warn them. They're like,
Lloris is horrible.
They're like, Lloris, by his own admission, is not good at saving penalty kicks.
The most insane move of all time. World Cup final tied 3-3. You don't bring in a PK ringer goalie, which you know France has on the bench, is the most insane thing I've ever seen. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it.
Can you sub out a goalie?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can sub out a goalie, huh?
Yes. You have to do it during the game, though. So like,
but he had
with like a minute left, you would have had to sub him out.
Yeah.
How did they have subs left?
They had one sub left. I think they'd used 4.
In overtime, you got extra subs. In this World Cup, they had extra subs too. Usually, you can only make 3 subs in past World Cups. This World Cup was 5 subs. Who cares? And then I think extras in the overtime too. Messi isn't coming back next World Cup. People, everything ends. And so does
Are you sure?
So does this cup of coffee, which was brought to you by Next Evo Naturals. The holidays aren't all sleigh bells and mistletoe. They're also airports, shopping malls, gross, and dining tables crowded with people you don't want to see probably all year round. Give yourself the ultimate gift of a stress-free holiday with Next Evo Naturals. Fast-absorbing CBD products. Pat, are you juggling them? That's awesome. You got so many of them.
3.
Send them.
Well, that's the sampler package, and that's a great gift for anybody who might be needing a gift like that this holiday season.
That's badass right there. Will was showing off the Stress CBD Complex gummies. They're clinically proven to have 4 times better absorption than standard CBD. No other CBD brand can promise that. Next Evo has smart sorb technology. It delivers CBD to your system in as little as 10 minutes, unlike other CBD brands, because they use oil. Which does not mix with water, obviously. And regular CBD only achieves 2 to 10% absorption, which means over 90% of it is left on the table or not in your system. So Smart Sorb upgrades CBD's natural absorption power. It's scientifically formulated to deliver more CBD fast, the only brand clinically proven to deliver 30x better absorption in the first 30 minutes. That is pretty good. If you care about things, that's something you should care about. Help fight holiday stress with Next Evo Naturals Stress CBD Complex gummies featuring ashwagandha, clinically proven to reduce stress by 70%. Wow. Ashwagandha and CBD work together to target the source of rising stress hormones like cortisol. I take the stress gummies every day. They help me avoid what some people in my life have described as fits. Get smarter CBD from Next Evo Naturals and get 25% up to 25% off subscription orders of $40 or more at nextevo.com/hardfactor. Promo code hardfactor /podcast. Is that
/podcast?
Okay.
Nextevo.com/podcast and use promo code hardfactor to get 25.
nextevo.com/podcast promo code hardfactor.
Pretty simple. Pretty simple if you ask me.
Yeah.
You guys getting ready for the holidays?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We are. It's the week of. It's the week of Christmas. I mean,
How you been getting ready?
Talking about National Emo Day?
No, how you been getting ready?
Well, buying gifts, trimming the tree, other things like that, getting things shipped on time so that they arrive.
Well, if you haven't done that yet, you're an idiot. That's okay. We can save you. Go to Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com. It's pretty simple. Go to omahasteaks.com. Order some steaks for a loved one. I don't know. Like your dad. Ever heard of him? Mm-hmm. Seems like he might want a gift this year. Seems like he probably likes great steaks.
It's a great dad gift. Honestly, it's like one of the best.
I was talking about my step.
And you can get him steaks. You can get him steaks right away if you go to omahasteaks.com. It's pretty simple, guys. They put together a delicious selection of various gift packages to make shopping for the loved ones that you love, like your dad or uncle that you haven't talked to, easy. All you got to do is go to omahasteaks.com, take advantage of 50% off site-wide. Wait, what? Plus, use code HARDFACTOR at checkout to get an additional $40 off your order. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's a deal.
It's absolutely insane. They've got everything you need. They've got steaks, check. Burgers, check. Chicken, check. Dogs, check. Apple tartlets, my favorite, check. I'm going to send those to Mom.
Those are good.
Dad might like them too, because I'm a dad and I love them. Check. Easy to prepare. Their burgers are fantastic. The steaks are unbeatable. It's the best cut of meat. You can't buy the cut of meat. It's so fantastic you can't buy it at the grocery store, but you can buy it at omahasteaks.com. Promo code HARDFACTOR. Get on it today, right now, okay? It's almost already too late.
But not too late, so do it right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost.
Omaha
Yes,
steak
no,
this
you're
weekend.
right. You're exactly right.
It's almost already too late. All right, guys.
Look at this. This was Omaha Steaks chicken.
Little enchiladas.
Get creative with it. Yeah.
Ooh, hello. Guys, one of the things I hate the most about moving back to the state I was born in is the drivers here in New Jersey. They're absolute trash. If you live in New Jersey and you're listening to this, you're from New Jersey, you're trash at driving, probably.
Yeah, I drove that Jersey coastline this summer in a rented Subaru, and I gotta say, with the rush hour back and forth to New York City both ways, yeah, the drivers, I would say my assessment of that traffic was trash. Yeah,
I would say
and I'll be honest with you, with the exception of Will's move to Reno, Will and I have been walking step by step in terms of where we've lived and where we've driven. So we have a very similar experience, okay, in terms of what it's like to drive in different places. And Will and I will both agree that if you live in New Jersey and you're hearing this, you're trash.
Yeah, but
well, I'll tell you this much: Reno's way better driving than Jersey.
Yeah, but you guys are missing a huge point. You're set up for absolute failure driving in Jersey because you can't pump your own gas, which is infuriating. So that's behind the wheel, you're absolutely fucking furious at all times because some idiot has to pump your gas.
And in Oregon too.
If you're hearing this right now and you live in New Jersey, your mom lays on the horn too much.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're hearing this right now and your parents are from New Jersey, your dad is going to have a heart attack if he keeps up his aggression in the car.
There was a lot of aggressive driving. Now, that's what I noticed was just the pure hatred and aggression that you can feel on the streets of New Jersey.
Every time you go to a gas station, you have to wait 18 minutes for some idiot to pump your gas. And you're like, can I pump it?
Let's not call it.
That's not what fuels it, Mark, is what you're saying.
It's a hard gig. It's a hard gig.
It's not a hard gig. It's a racket.
What fuels it, Mark, is guys thinking that, and gals thinking that they're driving in New York City. It's them getting all hyped up. I'm going to get all hyped up. You got to drive this certain way in New York. I'll tell you what, it's a tough place to drive. Look, it's not that hard to drive in New York, okay? You
got to have balls, buddy.
You just got to be slightly more aggressive. It's not fun. It's not a fun place to drive, but literally anyone could do it. And you don't need to bring that same attitude over the state line to New Jersey because it's a different place, okay?
Well, yeah, we'll see you get to Asbury Park first, buddy.
If you're listening to this right now and you're from New Jersey, you're a terrible driver, okay?
And your mom's a bitch.
Your mom on the road sucks at driving. She lays on the horn too much, and honestly, it creates a lot of stress for everyone. It's undue, unneeded stress. Every time you touch that,
stress levels up since you moved to Jersey.
Every time you touch that horn, you are just you're sending hate from your car to my car, and I don't need it.
You need to stock your car with some stress complex CBD gummies from Next Evo.
New Jersey drivers could definitely use that.
This next story has nothing to do with the state of New Jersey. Instead, it's California.
Oh, you just wanted to tell them that. All right.
Just wanted to let people know.
Yeah.
I had to get that off my chest. Guys, Chloe Fields and her boyfriend, Christian Zalata, they were driving on a 2-lane highway. Shout out to Boston.com, by the way, for this story. Driving on a two-lane highway at the edge of Steep Canyon in Southern California Tuesday, when they said a woman, probably from New Jersey, pulled up in a white Mercedes behind them and started honking their horns. Now, I don't know if you've ever driven in the canyons of California, outside of Los Angeles, the hills of Hollywood, etc., but there's some steep ass roads. I would equate it to like mountain passes in Colorado, just not as high up, but equally steep and equally dangerous. Anyway, so this guy Christian, he's driving some dumb New Jersey bitch comes up behind them, and her Mercedes is honking her horn, saying, "Get out of the way! I'll show you how we drive here in New Jersey and California." And Christian says, "All right, I'm gonna pull over." So he pulls over, but as he's pulling over, so the lady could pass. Yeah. Well, he's from California, not New Jersey. He said, "This is according to Christian. Their Hyundai Elantra
typically honk out west, right?"
No, they do. They're just
he pulled over to let her steal his car. He's like,
"There's not a ton of honking out west." Yeah.
Well, this is if you're in the hills, if you're in the canyon areas, it's cash. It's all cash daddies up there. No one's jacking your
rich.
car.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just saying, like, the culture is to honk less out here for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Right. Yeah, because they're less hateful. Better drivers.
I don't think that's it. They're more easily triggered, I think, is what it is. But yeah,
could be. You're not in New York, okay? New Jersey's different than New York.
Because they're all in their second lives. They don't want to draw attention to the fact they have a fake name.
Right. Wake up. You guys want to hear what happened to Christian?
We're all laying low.
Yeah. Got to lay low out west.
You guys want to hear? Yeah. Christian pulled over. Hyundai Elantra lost control, hit some gravel, lost traction, spun 180 degrees, and plunged over the edge of the canyon.
Whoa.
Oh, shit. 300 feet this Hyundai Elantra dropped.
In an Elantra? That ain't good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's more than three.
Yeah.
That's more than 3 of the tallest aquariums in the world stacked on top of each other.
Like 7 of those fuckers.
You say
that's
like
a lot.
That, really puts it in perspective. It's huge.
No more than 4. It's no more than 4, Mark.
No, it's 42 feet. You said they're 42 feet, so it's 7 times.
No, they're 82 feet. 82. They're 82 feet.
No, that aquarium is 42 feet.
It was 82 feet.
42 meters.
14 meters, which is 42 feet.
Oh, 14 meters. No, you're right.
So it's 42 feet.
No, the aquarium was 82 feet tall, I'm pretty sure.
No, it was 14 meters.
Are you 7 aquariums?
Yes. So it's 7 of those.
We're talking about 7 aquariums here, guys.
It's between 4 or 7 aquariums, depending on which story you read.
It's 300 feet.
It's 300 feet.
That's a long fall.
A lot of feet.
Hyundai Elantra.
A lot of feet, guys. A lot of feet.
I don't really care. I just did the story, but I don't really care.
I also read about the story.
Oh, did you?
I don't care either. Yeah. We all read about it over the weekend.
Cool.
Guys, Field says the car had smashed into trees as it careened downward. It flipped over and over and over and landed wheels up at the bottom of a canyon. Ooh. Holy shit. You guys want to see a picture of this situation?
Flat car, pretty much.
It's not good. It's not good. There's the car at the bottom of the ravine.
Oh, man.
There's the road they were driving on.
There's the police that are like, oh, no.
They took a picture off the side.
Yeah.
Okay. They said, "Is that an Elantra?" They're all dead.
Yeah.
They're all dead. Bet this was caused by a New Jersey driver. This is a cool quote, though. One emo Mark's not going to love, or might love. I don't know. Quote, "We only had bruises on our face, cuts, and a little bit of neck and back pain. Now a mild concussion," said Field to Freelance video editor. They survived.
Wow.
Yeah, totally 100%
awesome.
fine.
It's because they rolled, probably, because it wasn't a straight fall. See, it was a steep hill, but they rolled down the hill, as you said.
They were probably pretty angry at that lady.
Yeah. Pretty angry at that lady. Yeah, big time angry at that lady.
Probably pretty mad at her.
Pretty mad at that lady. If I'm these people, I'm going and checking gas stations in the area and trying to see, like, can I get a fucking glimpse of this, where this dumb New Jersey driver is from, guys. They unbuckled their seatbelts, so they fell 300 feet down, landed wheels up. They unbuckled their seatbelts, and they used that function, that new iPhone function that they got in an accident. I didn't know this, but iPhone has a thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's a satellite connection. So even though there was no cell phone service there, if you 911 it, they'll satellite connect you.
Doesn't it go off on its own if you have a hardware crash? I think it does. It triggers on its own.
I think it suggests to you now, based on the phone might suggest to you, like, hey, are you having an emergency?
Right.
She says that
if you don't hit no, I think it sends it, because like if your arms are broken, you can't hit no, right? So like I think they give you like a warning and it sends it if you don't hit no.
It's got the SOS thing
iPhone
too.
14 gave her a prompt to contact emergency services through a new feature called Emergency SOS via satellite, which is
that was the thing going off on like roller coasters and stuff.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah, because it wasn't tested fully, right?
Anyway,
there's
that, guys.
Yeah. By the way, 52 feet high was the aquarium.
Right, so
52 feet.
6 of them.
Right.
6 of them.
So 6.
Six times
so
between 4 and 7, we said. Okay.
Yeah, we nailed it. Pat, did they find this lady?
I'll be honest with you.
No, they've not found this lady, dude. I mean, because she might not exist, honestly. Because it could have been just Christian trying to kill his girlfriend. I don't know. There's nothing in the story that suggests that. That's just me.
They both woke
injecting
up
a
and
little
she had
bit
like
of
slight
spice.
amnesia, and he's like, "Oh,
you
remember that
gotta
lady
find
in the
that
Mercedes?"
Yeah.
You gotta find that fucking lady, dude. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta find that lady.
Yes.
It is hard when you get up there in those canyons. You want to drive slow and take a look because it's really pretty. But
He was that embarrassed. We have to make up a story.
I mean, it sounds like bullshit that he like pulled over a little bit and then.
I mean,
did
did
180
he-
and
Could have been blowing him. You never know.
You said he had a description of the car. Did he have license plate or anything like that, or he was just like, "Oh, it's a woman in
the
a
couple is totally fine, except Christian no longer has a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And Chloe is very full.
Yeah. It sounded like they described the lady from
Chloe doesn't need dinner.
from like the vacations that he kept like trying to flirt with. He's like some woman in a convertible with blonde hair.
Yeah. I mean, guys, she could have been blowing him.
Yeah. Could have been blown.
It could have just all been an elaborate story about a blowjob.
Yeah, nothing there about that, but we'll see.
Wow.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, we'll see.
300 feet, man, that's fucking nuts.
That is
That's a
crazy.
good survival. That's impressive. Very impressive. All right, let's move it on. My story today, like I said at the top, is ultimately about the Twitter files, which part 6 dropped on last Friday, and then there was a supplemental that dropped like now while we're taping. But wanted to take a little tour of some of my favorite Hard Factor segments to get there first. They're kind of so a mini Biden time first to hear what President of the United States Joe Biden had to say to a group of World War II vets as he was warming up to talk to them about veterans benefits in Delaware on Friday. So here he is.
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter, so I got a little Italian in me now.
So that one, for those who are wondering, he meant to say granddaughter. Dr. Jill is apparently 1/4 Italian, which means the president now believes he has a little Italian in him. But don't worry, he may be Irish, but he's not stupid. So,
Yeah. So he thinks all Irish people are stupid.
and yeah, there was a couple weird,
And he thinks having sex with her makes him Italian.
right? A couple weird revelations in that little gaff right there.
Only when she pees on me.
Right. Only when I get the golden shower and drink it.
This story is the Twitter files, but first,
The
let
osmosis.
me shit on Biden.
Italian.
Well, a little Biden time, Pat. We're doing a tour through some segments, some of the
Right.
classics that I've done on the show.
Here's my story about whatever it is, but first.
Well, we're doing a little tour, but some Biden time. Now moving on to Frog of War, Pat. Oh, Pat, what are your thoughts on Biden's quote? Did you think it was good?
Oh, no, it wasn't good.
Okay, moving on to a little Frog of War, because if you thought President Biden time has it rough over here with the speech gaffes and the congressional investigations into his son and the COVID teams and now social media censorship, at least he's not Vlad Putin over in Russia, who is allegedly being plotted on for a coup by his own chef and leader of the Wagner group.
no.
We've talked about him before, Yevgeny Prigozhin.
You know that guy's
So-
got a lot of knives, the Russian chef.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got 20,000 Wagner Group soldiers who might help him with his coup.
He's
So
going to cook them. They're going to eat Putin.
they might. Mark, obviously it's all rumors, but apparently Russia's getting pretty sick of Vlad's never-ending and never-winning invasion of Ukraine. The people of Bell End, England, are so sick of Vlad's invasion of Ukraine that they made a giant golden dickhead statue of Putin and then gave their citizens free eggs this holiday season.
Throw at it?
Throw
What's
at
the
golden
bell
dickhead
end?
Putin. Bell End is the name of the town.
Okay.
And so the Bell End of the year is like the idiot of the year, yeah. Or maybe it's their person of the year, but they made it Vlad as a
Throw eggs
golden
for free at his fucking penis head.
Describe exactly what the statue is, though, because it's
So
pretty.
it's Vlad
it's pretty,
standing on the Bell End of the year podium, and then he's all gold, but they've made the top of his head instead of hair into a penis head.
It's normal besides the 18-inch penis head on top of his head.
Right, and then they put the thing of free eggs, a table of free eggs right next to it, to toss at Vlad. And see, Pat, the Biden time was all a roundabout way of having a couple jokes at world leaders, which finally brings us to Elon's world, another segment we've done before. Because you see, Elon Musk is also under the gun right now, but he's there by choice after purchasing Twitter.com. Since buying Twitter, Elon is not only no longer the world's richest man, His net worth dropped to $178 billion. The new world's richest man is Frenchman luxury goods and real estate mogul Bernard Arnault, and he's got $188 billion. So Elon number 2 now.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's in France? No, I like a richest person.
Suck it, Elon.
Here.
He's like Louis Vuitton stuff. That's what he does. So also since buying Twitter, Elon has thrust himself into the center of exposing the quote unquote Twitter files from the previous ownership group. Mostly BlackRock executives. And last Friday's number 6 Twitter files, dropped by journalist Matt Taibbi, exposed the depth of cooperation between the former Twitter front office and the U.S. federal government, particularly the FBI. Okay, so Friday's Twitter files revealed that Twitter had participated in monthly meetings with not only the FBI and Department of Homeland Security, but also with the Justice Department and the Office of Director of National Intelligence. And as of September of this year, 2022, they wanted to move that from monthly meetings to weekly meetings to, combat misinformation or whatever they're doing. We'll talk about what they were doing. Not only did they have the meetings, but the federal agents, the FBI, of which had 80 agents alone, based in various cities, communicating over 150 times with Twitter head of trust and safety, Yoel Roth, to censor and ban mostly low-level accounts for joking about politics. So here's an example. This guy, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, tweeted on November 8th, "I want to remind Republicans to vote tomorrow, Wednesday, November 9th. Voting joke because the voting day was Tuesday, right? And then he also says, proposed container ship if there's a worldwide recession, and it's just like a rowboat with a container on it, like a shipping container on it. So he's joking about politics, and that was something that they considered needing to be censored, and actionable misinformation that needed to be censored by the FBI, and so Twitter did it. And also the other side, Dr. Foster, the FBI tagged this woman who said, "I'm a ballot counter in my state. If you're not wearing a mask, I am not counting your vote. Hashtag safety first." Obviously a joke. She follows up saying, "For every negative comment I get on this post, I'm adding another vote for the Democrats." So just a joke.
I mean, that's a troll. That's a troll, right? It's got
those are all just jokes. Those are all political jokes.
Yeah.
And the FBI said that to Twitter that all of these people need to be silenced and censored for making these jokes. And it's just all obviously kind of corny boomer jokes from everybody's, most nosy aunt and uncle who get mad at family members over the way they vote for some reason because they're fucking weird. But according to the FBI and then Twitter, because they told them to do it, it was an actionable national security risk that they're claiming these little fucking stupid boomer jokes are that need to be censored.
These people have insane. Like a couple hundred followers, maybe.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, and some of these tweets, would get traction because they'd be retweeted by bigger accounts or whatever. But anyways, they're just
that's what caught the attention of the team
of the FBI, right? Yeah. And so the FBI would submit ticket after ticket directly via the Twitter Internet Help Desk or in emails with giant lists of accounts they wanted to ban, like this one from San Francisco FBI agent Elvis Chan. And so he starts off. He goes, "Twitter folks, please see below the list of Twitter accounts which we believe are violating your terms of service by disseminating false information, blah, 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 blah. Yours truly, regards, Elvis M. Chan, pronouns he, him, his." And Twitter's reply to this request from the FBI is this. Patrick Conlon says, "Hi, Elvis. Thank you for your patience as our team assessed the accounts that you flagged." And notice how many FBI contacts they copy on this to respond. And then they say that they've shut down, permanently, like, 6 or 7 accounts here, temporarily suspended one, and tagged others for misinformation.
We got them.
So, got him. Yeah, we mission accomplished, FBI. Got him. So all this information coming out in Twitter Files Part 6. What's up?
I mean, my issue is Billy Baldwin is on that list.
Billy Baldwin was on the list.
Come on, FBI.
Billy Baldwin was on the list the FBI wanted to suspend, but Twitter did not. They gave him a pass. This is all on the heels of
Have you
Facebook.
Seen Backdraft?
Yeah, he needs a pass.
Yeah, he does. He does. He really does. It's an understandable move by Twitter, one of the few in this whole saga. So this is all on the heels of Facebook admitting that the FBI directs them what to do on a regular basis, like when they demanded to censor the very real Hunter Biden laptop story directly before the 2020 presidential election in America. More to come on COVID censorship, as you heard, us talk about last time when we did this topic. And as you recall,
Well, it's very unlikely they censored COVID if this is the case.
Almost. Oh, no way, right? Those
that'll be a
COVID
short.
misinfo
I'm sure
tags.
that'll be a short Twitter file.
That'll be a short one. Right?
Do you believe Will now, Mark and Pat?
So,
Yeah, Mark and Pat. Yeah. Like I was always telling Will that the Twitter trends were fake and they don't censor at Twitter. Yes.
finally, I've seen the light, Mark. And
Yeah,
as you recall,
that's my bad.
Hard Factor reporting at the time, lots of Biden campaign staff moved to work at Twitter under their old management team after the 2020 election. So their Slack chats and emails are still going to come out as well. Elon's plan is to keep releasing those and making changes to Twitter, including doing temporary bans for doxing people now that they didn't used to do. Also, less advertising for businesses on Twitter. And now Elon's put out a poll to say, do you want me to step down as the head of Twitter? Yes or no? Which probably means he's picked out the new head of Twitter because he knows that people are going to say yes.
The cuckery, man. The cuckery was on Friday night or Thursday night when they had a Spaces, and Elon jumped in the Spaces, and it was a bunch of journalists who were like, Elon, so you're banning people for sharing a link, right, to the kid that was running that website.
Yeah.
The Jet. So you're sharing. So they tagged in their article, right? They put a link to this Jets kid's website.
And he's the guy that would track where Elon's private jet was.
So Elon banned or put a ban on all those
Temporary
journalists
ban.
who were
they're
just
all
doing.
reinstated as a
They were just
tactic.
doing their journalists. They were just being journalists, right? Which is the exact same thing that happened with the New York Post article. People got banned who shared the New York Post article. It's apples to apples. And Elon got called out for it in the Twitter Spaces by a New York Times journalist, and then he bailed. He just left. He was like,
well, that's
like,
not apples to apples. What they did with the link to the Hunter Biden story was they blacklisted that. They hard coded it so that nobody could share it. So you couldn't even tweet that out. It's not apples to apples. But
how is it not apples to apples?
Because what he was doing is
in terms of the bans.
What he was doing was temporary bans for breaking terms of service. Doxing is breaking terms of service.
Right. So you share a link to the New York Post and you get a ban.
The Jet guy, he banned them temporarily for breaking the terms of service. Put up a poll, said, "Do you want them back? Should I reinstate them?" People said yes. He reinstates them.
It wasn't just Taylor Lorenz and the Jet guy. The Jet guy should be banned if he's doxing.
It was more.
Dozens,
it was more.
Dozens and dozens.
Right, for people who had broken the terms of service under the old
you guys
leadership
seem to care about stuff way too much.
Yeah. No, what's that?
You guys care about stuff. It's weird.
I know, it's crazy. Shockingly, the Biden plan,
waste of time.
According to the Washington Post, to combat the Twitter files is to expand the use of social media apps like TikTok. So Biden's plan is to lean into TikTok. Shockingly, not a joke. That is a December 18th Washington Post article directly from the Biden talking points. And American citizens just have to assume that the federal government is going to meddle in every single election now and monitor absolutely everything we do on the internet. If you don't remember Project Prism and now all this, you must know.
And international, too.
And international, all governments, right? And obviously, Americans' general reaction to learning all of this information about the use of the FBI's time is that they are mostly very disappointed that this type of time and surveillance isn't going to preventing mass shootings instead, like the kid in Uvalde who announced he was going to do it on Facebook. So, Americans obviously pissed that they're looking at boomer political memes instead of stuff like that. So lots of work.
FBI needs a rebranding. They need to run that slipper win again, how they caught the person that stole the Cinderella slipper.
Yeah.
They need to reboot.
Yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, that was a win for them. They need to
great for them.
Like, hey, remember when we got Cinderella's fucking slipper back, the original one from the Disney movie? We got it.
That was huge.
Yeah.
And we spent
the original movie illustrated
on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was from
huge.
one of the bigger ones.
Wasn't it was it the Wizard of Oz?
Might have been
It was the Wizard of Oz.
It was Judy Garland's.
It was the
Judy
Ruby
Garland's
Slippers,
Ruby.
guys.
Yeah,
It was huge. It was a huge deal. It was a huge deal. Now, guys, shockingly, people say maybe less Ruby Slippers and boomer memes, more looking at stuff that would actually keep Americans safe. Okay, a lot of work to be done on all those fronts to make things better for citizens here and all over the globe. And honestly, same with me, guys. Right here in my office, me, myself. I'm a fucking mess. So I get it. I get these messes, these other messes out there. Or should I say I was a mess until I got hooked up with our newest sponsor, Nugenix Total T. I just started taking mine.
I need some
and
of
let me
that.
tell you, it works. You see that black bottle, Mark? I know you love the look of that. That's sleek.
Great looking bottle.
Yeah. Very
You teed
black.
up?
Oh, I'm so teed up right now, Pat. I'm already noticing a little extra pep in my step. And if you're tired of the ever expanding dad bod and you're feeling like you can't get in shape as easily anymore, maybe over 30, things are slowing down a little bit. Nugenix Total T is totally worth the shot because it can get that pep right back in your step.
And if I had that, things would have gone different in the relationship.
Yeah, it really would have. It really would have, Mark.
She wouldn't have left.
Yeah,
Probably.
so try it. Try it now. Try it now before it's too late. You want more energy to counter the negative physical effects of aging? Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster with Testofen will help you turn back the clock, re-energize your workouts, get you better results at the gym, and help you look and feel like the man you really want to be. Okay, Nugenix Total T contains man-boosting key ingredients like Testofen, okay? It has been validated in 5 clinical studies shown to boost free testosterone levels in men. While every product professes quality, many other products use generic ingredients that are often far less than clinical grade. With Nugenix Total T, you get the same clinical potency levels used in the trials, and Nugenix's formulation is backed by 10 years of science and research. It's the real deal. Nugenix Total T is the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. It's the real deal. Okay, now get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Whoa, what? Complimentary. Now get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T when you text FACTOR to 231231. Text now and get a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text FACTOR to 231231. Text FACTOR to 231231. Texting enrolls you into a recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Pat just teed himself up.
Yeah, nice.
That's it's my second dose of the day.
Pat teed off.
I'm teed up.
Nice. You're spreading it out. I'm all at once guy.
I didn't get mine yet. Did you, Mark?
Does it look like I got my Total T yet? No.
They must have rushed it to patent.
No, Wes, I'm wearing an emo outfit.
They knew we needed it, Wes. They knew you guys.
Maybe tomorrow.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You nailed
the
it.
jab.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Can't wait till it fucking gets here.
Yeah. It's going to do wonders for us. At the top, I said I got some great news for drug addicts, and I do. But first, I want to go over some statistics. You guys know what fentanyl is, right?
Yeah.
Killing an alarming amount of Americans.
Awesome.
Yeah, check the. Mark, you love it. It's a miracle you're still with us.
Yeah.
First up, number of deaths in 2020 from fentanyl: 57,834. Deaths 2021, 71,238. This year, we're going to break that record. Check out this chart of fentanyl overdoses. Let me see.
Is it the #1 cause of death for
over the last 20 years? And see that blue line that is increasingly going up, up, up? That is not the number of men being fooled by ladyboys in brothels these days. That represents fentanyl deaths. And
it replaced the opioid pandemic, basically. And
it's a synthetic opioid, and it's made in China because China is waging a secret war against us, not so secret, in the form of fentanyl, because they are killing tens of thousands, soon to be hundreds of thousands of Americans every year with this shit, and they have no signs of stopping because they don't give a fuck. And also,
Fent me, daddy.
Yeah, and then here's the flow chart of where fentanyl comes in. As you can see, China, a big one. They ship it over to Mexico. Then Mexico smuggles it in.
Number 3 is my house.
Yeah, number 3 is Mark's house. Canada's not doing. The Canadian border is susceptible. Also, India playing a part, but most of it comes from China. 90%.
India wishes, dude.
Yeah,
India wishes. That's all China.
Yeah. So
China is the #1 fentanyl grim reaper of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. And as Will covered, the FBI, DEA, they've got bigger things to do than protect the borders from all this shit getting in.
Right. There's a lot of political memes out there that need to get looked at, guys.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, Joe. I mean,
some of them are going to have to wait.
Some are off color. Will.
Yeah, those could be dangerous, Mark. And so, good thing they were actioned on.
Yeah, the border's so secure. I mean, Biden doesn't even want to visit it, But meanwhile, fentanyl is coming in by the droves, killing a lot of Americans. That's the bad news, okay? China is killing us with fentanyl on purpose with the help of the cartels and the current administration. And you guys ready for the good news?
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the good people at University of Houston said, fuck this. Let's save some lives. from the Smithsonian article, researchers at the University of Houston say in a statement they have a potential solution that could be a game changer in the fight against opioid overdoses, a new vaccine that blocks fentanyl from entering the brain. Okay.
That's incredible.
Yeah, huge news. The study was published in Pharmaceutics, and scientists tested this vaccine on 60 rats. They immunized the animals, and they could produce anti-fentanyl antibodies.
I don't think you're supposed to call addicts that. What?
No, but this is what's going to have to happen, Pat, is you're going to have to chase people like Mark, corner them in the house when they come back to steal something, and inject them with this vaccine so it can save their lives.
Yeah, if you want to hear a lot of screaming in the house, sure.
Well, it might save your life, Mark.
Yeah.
So you're saying,
Like you,
okay,
like you care, like anyone cares.
Isn't it mRNA too, Wes?
Yeah, I don't know how it's like it involves. I didn't want to get into the science of it, but it involves E. coli.
How does
it
it
involves
block it going from your brain? Can't they do this with why can't they do this with depression then?
Right. I think this is like one of the styles of that they developed.
Suboxone, same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of drugs that can do this in pill form, but this is
Narcan.
A injection that will.
Well, and it's also you can do it in advance.
Yes.
Narcan is once you have.
Are they just
opioid
trying
overdose.
to get everyone to scream about vaccines again as a joke? Is this like
No, all cokeheads need to get this. If you love cocaine, you got to get this.
No, I'm just saying there's two sides of the coin. There's going to be people that absolutely want it, and there's going to be people that say it's going to,
well, those people don't.
It's a vaccine. You're going to die.
Those people aren't in danger of dying from fentanyl anyway, so they don't need it.
Right. This is a good vaccine. Anyone can agree on that, I would hope. So how it does it?
I bet there's going to be people that don't agree on that.
This is a good vaccine.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
great vaccine.
but it's good for like the people that actually need it.
They're your bad vaccines, and then you got your good vaccines.
That's what it's coming down to, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that there's no debate on this one.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So this blocks the high caused by fentanyl, and it would theoretically make it easier for people to quit. Also, so it prevents you from ODing. It helps you quit because why take fentanyl if you're not getting high off it, right? It also.
But then why take this pill?
That's what I said, Pat.
If I'm not going to get.
That's why you're going to have to corner people like Mark.
Yeah. I took it
and inject them with
I took the vaccine
to save their own lives.
Just drooling.
How long does it last? How often do you have to catch these addicts and then force inject them?
It's not. It's only been tested on lab rats so far, Will. But it's making it's very promising.
I kind of want to get into this business. I'll be honest with you. If the government would pay me to go just inject, people on the street with this thing, I can get into that business.
I got to start working out. I got to work on my jukes.
Yeah. I'm going to have Total T, so I'll have a lot of grip strength for these guys. They're going to be wiry. They're going to be sweaty. They'll try to get away, but no.
We'll get his meat hooks on me. His mitts.
Yeah. It's also not going to block other pain medications. So, like if you have the vaccine, you can still be treated for pain with stuff like with other opioids like morphine. So, in case you're
sounds perfect.
Actually need it.
It's literally just saves lives.
It literally saves lives and helps people quit fentanyl. The most
unlike
dangerous
some
drug
other vaccines.
Yeah.
That's my whole point.
Unlike the COVID vaccine.
I feel like that the COVID vaccine crowd's going to get hating on this one too.
I think the side effects of fentanyl addiction are easily demonstrable to be worse than an average case of COVID, right?
Some would say.
I think.
Yeah. It destroys families.
Probably.
Destroys lives.
I think.
Depends on your age.
So, also great for cops. You guys have seen these viral videos. One recently where that female cop, she was searching a car and came across some fentanyl, just blew in her nose, and they had to Narcan her 3 times to bring her back to.
Yeah, but a lot of that cop shit is also total bullshit.
No. What are you talking about?
Look it up.
See the video I'm talking about?
Not that particular video. No.
Okay, well, the particular video I'm speaking of, a female police officer inadvertently ingests some fentanyl that she and they had her coworkers had to Narcan her 3 times to bring her back to life.
Damn,
so it happens. Yeah,
it's so deadly, just a little bit.
Just a tiny little bit, man. So now the FDA has to approve clinical trials on humans, and hopefully one day, this is going to be a great thing for America, and
Can you still get high on cocaine?
Yes, fentanyl? Of course,
Mark. Not only that, they're going to make cocaine out of tobacco leaves. So this is a huge. Okay. This is a double
sign
whammy.
Me up for the vaccine and an 8-ball.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you're not only do you take the vaccine, you're going to have unlimited amounts of cocaine. Once they start doing the tobacco leaf cocaine, you're going to be.
This is great news, Wes.
Yeah, it is. It's great news, especially for you, Mark. I know you'd like this one. And that's that.
Yeah,
whiskey bar.
There's been a lot of I didn't see that video, but there's been like scientific journals written about police being confused about the actual potential of overdosing on fentanyl based upon like coming in contact with
But
it.
if they had to like bring it back to life, it's different, right?
Dude, there's been a couple viral videos of cops inadvertently ingesting this shit during traffic stops and having to be resuscitated.
What you're talking about is kind of like when like someone, it doesn't have to be a cop, but like someone that like is a nerd, like calls because they're too high and they're like, I need 911, I'm so high.
No, I'm talking about specifically.
Yeah,
I'm talking about specifically. There is a phenomenon that exists that has been covered in certain academic journals about police officers thinking that they came in contact with fentanyl and then faking like they're overdosing.
Interesting.
Although I don't think they're doing it. It's like
their body's doing it.
The hysteria effect.
Their body's
like they're not actually overdosing on
panic
fentanyl.
attack or something.
Panic attack.
But they're acting like they're overdosing on fentanyl, but they're not actually overdosing.
Oh no, this lady was like passed out, dude.
I mean, again, I didn't see this particular video.
I mean, that leads to the problem that there's a fentanyl problem if that's an actual phenomenon. That's
no, I mean fentanyl's such a bad problem that they're creating fake stories about like fentanyl laced weed. Like that was totally fake. They made that because fentanyl's such a death because it's killing so many people. You can scare people with fake fentanol stories because it's so deadly.
People that work in a profession where they could accidentally come in contact to it with are potentially developing phenomenons like that they get panic attacks from it. So it's prominent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The vaccine's amazing. This is great news. Great news. Way to end it on a high note, Wes.
Yeah, that's great news. All right, let's do the.
Unlike some of those other vaccines.
Yeah. We're back to the dreidel now. What the hell happened here?
Well, Wes can't give me coffee because got it. Suck it.
Could steal your night
Argentina. You could.
Wes.
You absolutely can. Like I care. You think that bothers me?
Oh, who won that bet? Who won the bet?
I did.
Well,
Who cares? Who cares?
He's going to be making threats to make the move now for months.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to get it over quick. It might happen tonight. We'll see what I get on the job spin.
I don't care.
Yeah. Good. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Hey, we love you. Stay safe out there. Have a great fucking day.
Hard Factor. Cheat on the news. Patreon.com/hardfactor.